I'm filming this the day after Halloween, actually, because I, kind of went a little crazy on Halloween. Don't worry about it. But, don't be an asshole to people who are cosplaying. And certainly don't call a Nightwing cosplayer Wingstop. What the fuck was that about? That's not even what I really wanted to, like, open this with. Because, like, Sabrina Carpenter, like, she had her Halloween show, like, her second Halloween show for Short and Sweet. And she fucking came out in a Wonder Woman costume. And there was also a Storm, like, one of her backup dancers was dressed in, like, not like X-Men Storm, like X-Men 97, X-Men, you know, Mohawk or Halle Berry Storm, but, like, classic Storm. And, like, guys, if your Mount Rushmore for either company, or both, does not include Wonder Woman and Storm, you're fucking lying to yourself. The fact that the literal biggest pop star, and I will say, she is the biggest pop star. I don't care how many fucking numbers Taylor Swift fakes. Sabrina Carpenter is bigger, okay? One of the biggest pop stars in the world is fucking dressing up as Wonder Woman, and y'all want to leave her off of the fucking big three. This is why I hate Nightwing cosplayers, but you know what? The Wingstop guy is kind of funny. I'm gonna call it, okay, he leaned into it. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Last Week in Comics, where I talk about the last week in comics. We're 1 week away from hitting a year. I'm really glad it's not this episode, because, like, nothing came out this week. And, like, this is typical when there's too many Wednesdays in a week, you know, shit falls between the cracks. But, like, legitimately, not a single book that I read for this show came out. Which is crazy. We've never had this fucking happen before. So I'm losing my shit right now. I did end up reading the Superman special just because I needed to fucking read something. But, like, I did not plan on reading that book. It just kind of had to happen because I needed shit to talk about this week. Because, fuck, I guess there was too many fucking Wednesdays in October. And, like, you can't post, like, the Christmas stuff until November hits, because, like, next week is when I Saw Ma Uncle Kissing Santa Claus comes out, so it's just, it's an awkward time. Let's talk about the book that everyone's been talking about this week, the Absolute Batman 2025 Annual. Don't know why it's listed as number one. That's a whole separate rant. I had this rant last week. The big, like, thing that's been trending on comic book Twitter is, of course, Absolute Batman breaking a white supremacist's arm. Okay? And I agree with that. Fuck white supremacists. Fuck Nazis. If you don't give me basic human decency, I don't fucking respect you. And I think all Nazis should die. I don't know why people think that this has changed about comics when this has been true since comics fucking started. Okay? Comics are not apolitical as much as people like to pretend that they are. And I don't want to talk about that because props to Scott Snyder, props to the Batman, the Absolute Batman team. Props to them. Good on you. Good on you for making the message clear. Fuck ICE, fuck the police, fuck white supremacists. I'm glad that you made that clear. However, mind you, 1 month ago, we had a DC writer, Gretchen Faulkner Martin, get fired because a bunch of fanboys were like, oh, she made fun of Charlie Kirk's death, which, fuck Charlie Kirk. But, oh, she made fun of Charlie Kirk's death. Oh, this reflects poorly on DC all of that bullshit. Okay. Mind you, she got her fucking book pulled for this. I have never seen DC publish the first issue of a comic and then not publish the rest of a fucking miniseries. Okay. I've never seen what happened, okay? Again, mind you, she got fucking fired for that shit. Scott Snyder, where the fuck were you? This entire thing is so emblematic of how men in the industry are allowed to do these things, receive no controversy, no pushback, like no direct pushback in the way that Gretchen Faulkner Martin was. Because, yeah, sure, you had a bunch of crybabies on fucking Twitter, but none of you guys were calling DC, leaking Scott Snyder's address, leaking his personal information. None of y'all were doing that. Like, comics are still a fucking boys club. Like, you can say whatever the fuck you want, as long as you're a man. And it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. There are at least, like, 10 writers I can name in DC who need to get fired because of their racist beliefs. Phil Jimenez, Thomas King, Tom Taylor to an extent too. Oh, Chuck Dixon, Jeff Loeb. I only named 5 off the top of my head. I know that there's more. Oh, Jason Aaron. Oh, Steve Orlando too. The fact that I just keep on naming more, testament to the problem here. Like, you could be literally Hitler, like Otto Schmidt. You can be literally Hitler and still work for DC, but if you are just, like, slightly controversial, you get If you're just slightly controversial and a woman, you get fired. Make it make sense, DC. Like, I see how if you don't think that all comics are political, you think, like, oh, this is a big moment. But, like, again, we had a DC writer, like, not even, like a month ago, be like, oh, I didn't consider, like, the opening of my book, like, I didn't see the opening of my book, being, like, a suicide, like, trigger warning because I don't see cops as people. And, like, apparently, y'all are fine with, saying fuck ICE and fuck the police as long as it's a band saying it. That's my rant. That's why I'm not, like, bending over backwards for absolute Batman, like, other writers have said this shit. Other writers have gotten fired for saying this shit in their books. So, like, Scott Snyder, if you're doing all of this, then use your fucking power in the comic book industry and in DC specifically to protect your fellow writers. Use your fucking man privilege, bitch. Anyway, an actual good news and an actual book I think people should read because, to be honest, it fell off my fucking radar. Superman Red and Blue Special. The 2025 Red and Blue Special. I don't know if they're going to keep doing this or if it's just that's what they're fucking labeling it, but I think it was really fun. It was a really cute Superman story. It, like, I don't know how best to describe things I actually like sometimes. The one I really like is All the Time in the World, which was written, illustrated, and lettered by Michael Walsh, it's this really sweet story about Superman, like, trying to make time for everyone he possibly can, and how much that, like, weighs on him as a person. And just, I don't know, I really like it when they do that more, like, whole, like, down-to-earth Superman thing, where he's very, like, you know, you see how the man Clark Kent and, you know, the man Clark Kent, Kal-El, you know, the man versus, like, the superhero Superman kind of conflict with each other, and, like, how, like, the line kind of blurs between them. Those are always my favorite Superman stories. So I really enjoyed that specific story in this anthology. I think Michael Walsh did a fucking amazing job. Like, the entire book could have just been this, and I would have been fine. Let me just go briefly over the stories again. Go pick this up. This was a really fun read. So, the first one was Priceless, written by Paul Dini. Art by Mirka and Undolfo. And I really want to appreciate the art here because, so, it's a story between Cal and Supergirl and kind of, like, the kind of differences between them, not getting into the super, like, you know, harsh and dark Supergirl story, but, like, it's kind of close. This story to me kind of, I feel like if it wasn't written by Paul Dini, it would read to me as synergy, because it's starting to play into that sort of idea of Kara that specifically James Gunn has in his head, which is the one that Tom King's been, like, whispering in his ear. Fucking war criminal. But, like, it kind of has that, but, like, it still treats Kara as, yeah, she is a younger person. She's going to be more kind of cartoonish and, like, silly, at least compared to, like, Superman. And I think that's, like, a nice kind of dichotomy if you kind of see where, like, they start to, like, meet in the middle, you know? I do think I want more from this artist specifically. Like, I need more, like, Kara and Cal stories with Mirica Andolfo on it. I don't know. I think they did a wonderful job on this one. I enjoyed it. I'm worried for Kara in the future. I know, like, we just barely, like, at least with CW Supergirl synergy, it kept Kara, like, older. And I was fine with that. I think that an older Kara is more fun than, like, setting her always at teen or, like, early 20s. I feel like if Superman's allowed to grow and now have, like, a teenage son, even if he's time displaced, I know John's time displaced, but, like, he would be, like, 15 right now. Like, if he's allowed to have, like, a teenage son, then I feel like Kara should be older than 25. Like, like, DC, let your female heroes age. Again, I already talked about all the time in the world. Out of the Ordinary, I didn't really, like, vibe with as much. It was a very, like, you know, outsider's perspective on Superman, which I know that some people will appreciate, and, like, it just wasn't for me. It was still a good story. I really like the art behind it. Just not for me personally. And I can't believe, I don't like giving Rainbow Rowell props, okay? Rainbow Rowell is a racist. She has not really done that much apologizing for the racist young adult novel that she put out a while back ago called Eleanor in Park, okay? She has not done enough apologizing for that, or even making up for having that novel be published, okay? She kind of just went, oh, I'm gonna write the Simon Snow series, but for real now, and then try and skirt the controversy. Fuck you, Rainbow Rowell. Also, I read her entire She-Hulk run. It was not fucking good. Why the fuck? Okay, so this is gonna be a separate tangent before I actually get into the story, because I have nice things to say about the story, but I need you to know I don't like Rainbow Rowell, and I hate how many of my favorite characters she keeps getting. I think she's a fine writer. I think she's just kind of misogynistic and racist. Okay? Because why would you make your She-Hulk book all about fucking Jack of Hearts? There is exactly 5 people, and I know all 5 people who knew Jack of Hearts before the series came out, and, like, I know her entire, like, everyone knows her fucking reasoning about it is, oh, I wanted to write Rogue and Gambit, but they wouldn't give me Rogue and Gambit, so I just tried to make my own Rogue and Gambit. But, like, the entire thing with how Jack of Hearts is treated in this book would have been better served by Wyatt Wingfoot. You need a supportive boyfriend to be there for Jen and, like, understand all the superhero stuff that comes along with it. It's Wyatt Wingfoot. It's Wyatt fucking Wingfoot. This is the fucking problem with all of the, like, gay men I saw on Halloween, okay? They were all dressed up as Johnny Storm or Mr. Fantastic. Some of you, do not dress as Mr. Fantastic. You are too skinny for it. Don't fucking be Mr. Fantastic. Okay, first off, let me talk to those gay men who dress up as Mr. Fantastic. You are not Pedro Pascal. Let's just start it off there. Second, the only one of you I respected was the guy who clearly made his own Fantastic Four costume and was a little bit chubbier. And you know what? He pulled it off. He fucking pulled it off. He was a great Reed Richards, okay? But all you other twinks, don't fucking do that shit. You are not Mr. Fantastic. You are not Mr. Okay, second rank. All you gay men dressed up as Johnny, name me tell me who Wyatt Wingfoot is. You do not deserve to be Johnny Storm. Except for that one I saw with the cloak, y'all were okay. Y'all were trying to make it work, but, like, realistically, Cloak, next time have that man dress up as Dagger, okay? It's fine. It's fine. And also, This entire rant is also specifically about white gays. I did see a black Johnny Storm, and he wasn't just wearing the costume. He, like, had, like, the flame decals and everything, and I respect that. I don't respect all you fuck-asses who just bought the movie costume to look hot. Y'all don't. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand how to make spandex work, and that's a problem, okay? I was talking about Rainbow Rowell. Anyway, sorry, Stack, who's editing this. So, Rainbow Rowell, if you wanted someone to be a supportive boyfriend for Jen, Wyatt Wingfoot was right there. And I know he exists. Like, I get it. Some writers, I can fully believe that they don't know Wyatt Wingfoot exists. Okay? Like, fucking Dan Slott. Dan Slott got better, actually, as the years went on with knowing Wyatt Wingfoot exists. Like, Dan Slott, I can tell, okay? Mariko Tamaki, she kind of knew, but she kind of really didn't know. And I can tell that. But fucking Rainbow Rowell, you decide to be like, oh no, me and, she basically switched Jack of Hearts and She-Hulk's relationship with Wyatt Wingfoot and She-Hulk's relationship, because she was like, oh, their duties pull them in two different directions. And it's like that. Wyatt Wingfoot would leave every 5 fucking weeks if he could. He leaves constantly to go back to New York to go deal with Jen and Johnny, okay? This man has never prioritized his responsibilities, and there's an entire book about that, Rainbow. There's an entire book written by the amazing Dwayne McDuffie about it. I hate you. And that's there's articles written on the racism in Eleanor and Park, and I am not the best person to explain that because I'm not East Asian. I'm Indian. Anyway, I really did like Red Letter Days though. I think that when you give Rainbow Rowell a white couple that isn't, and I'm saying white in terms of, I don't think that She-Hulk lives life as a white woman. She lives life as a person, like, a lot of her struggles are related to being a person of color, despite the fact that she has a fantasy skin tone. Okay, that's what I mean by that. But, like, when you give Rainbow Rowell the white people that she actually wants to write about, she can do an amazing job. Okay, like, I read Fangirl. I still think Fangirl's shitty, but, like, the romance in it was pretty decent. And I think the same thing about Red Letter Days. I like her Lois. I do think that Rainbow Rowell would be a appropriate choice to bring back a Lois Lane series. Do I still like her? No. I can't anymore with her. I think she would be a good choice, but, like, Rainbow Rowell, if you're watching this, because I just so happen to be mutuals with with Ryan North, apologize, like, more publicly for Eleanor and Park. Pay for your sins. Anyway, yeah, go read Superman Red and Blue annual. Go read Superman Red and Blue special. I'm just gonna list off the next two because they're both Batman books. Of course, Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, issue 10 came out before Halloween. You get it. I do think hopefully this has ended. If not, it's going out to 12 issues and, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Why didn't you end it on Halloween? Last but certainly not least, Batman and Robin Year 1 just ended with issue 12 this week. Again, the Year 1 books are always fucking good. I'm really hoping that Oracle Year 1 is confirmed to be happening because I do think that would be a really good book. If you are looking to read Batman and Robin Year 1, the trade should come out in like a month or two. Go pick it up when it comes out. It's especially going to be at your Barnes & Noble. I know that for a fact. These books are low-key written to be at Barnes & Noble and be a point for people to start reading comics. Okay, now moving on to the indie books. We're just going to do a couple announcements because I'm trying to make this video short because we've been busy all weekend. Okay, first off, from Image Comics, we have Radiant Black issue 38. This one's actually really good and will probably be talked about at some point by Daystar. Universal Monsters Dracula Black and White special. I love it. I love it when film franchises get turned into comic books. Okay, Dracula was a fucking book first. I forgot that Dracula was a book, okay, Stack. Also, it's specifically the Universal Monsters, which is a film franchise. What the fuck is this? Also, apparently, so from Dynamite, we have Supernatural #1. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's just coincidentally named the same as the fucking CW show. No, it's an adaptation of... It's something having to do... I would assume it's taking place in between, like, pre-Hunt, bullshit. But Supernatural Issue 1 is indeed the Supernatural show with Sam and Dean. Stack said hell yeah. But, like, Stack's the only one saying hell yeah. Dean and Cass are not going to kiss in this one. Do not lie to yourself.
How gay love can pierce through the veil of death and save the day.
Okay, anyway, from IDW Comics. So IDW came out with a couple good books. We have another Godzilla vs. America, this time being in Kansas City. I don't know why Missouri deserved to be on this book, but okay. I don't know. I don't know if Godzilla vs. America is doing all 50 states. But I really hope that they are doing all 50 states. It's only 4 issues? So this is the last issue of Godzilla vs. America. And, like, I really hope that it gets re-upped to be able to do all 50 states. Because I feel like that would be really fun. Or at least, like, the states that don't really get anything. Like, you can avoid, like, California and New York, but, like... They didn't avoid California, yeah. But, like, do fucking, like, Godzilla versus Montana, okay? Do something silly with it. There's comic book writers everywhere. Just fucking do more of these, please. We also have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2025 annual. I don't know what's happening in Turtles comics, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And then, the last book I want to mention, Monster High House Haunters. Which I think just ended with issue 5. This was Monster High's, like, we're gonna release, like, this entire series throughout September and October, because, of course, that's peak Monster High season. I even went as Monster High for Halloween. This is peak Monster High season. I guess we're done with this now. Up here is the rest, or here's your next recommended video, is an episode of Ash and Their Fantastic Friends, my live show I do every Saturday, 9 p.m. EST. We're doing a special 6-hour special because fuck the rest of my staff. We're doing an extra hour because of daylight savings. So go check that out. It could also be another episode of Last Week in Comics, which if you want to see the other episodes of Last Week in Comics, down below here is the playlist. I've been doing this since November 2024. It is officially November 2024. I've been doing this for a full year. There's 51 episodes out. I have covered entire series in that time. Go check it out. And also up here is the subscribe button. White Wingfoot video essay incoming. I'm hoping when I go home for winter break, I can start filming a lot more of my comic sort of collecting knowledge into a video format so that those of you who may not have grown up collecting comics or have had people teach you how to collect comics can have something that's easily digestible to figure out how to start kind of navigating that space. And yeah, go visit your local comic book shops. And Sabrina Carpenter knows who the big 3 in comics are, so you should fucking too. And cut.